Hi everyone, today I want to talk to you about something really important that is unfortunately quite often overlooked, and that is the entirety of your COGS. Okay, so we all know that COGS are cost of goods, but COGS are more than just how much you paid the retailer for your product. So if you buy a toy in Smith's for £10, for example, your COGS are more than just the £10 you've handed over to the cashier, or £3 for the grocery in Asda, or whatever you're sourcing, wherever you're sourcing it from. So you need to ensure that you factor in and you have some sort of formula in place to calculate all of your COGS, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this video. But first of all, just so you can see how really important it is to get your COGS factored in, you will see that I sold in the last 30 days, this is live data, 1,623 items. And I've factored my COGS in to be 52p, and yours will be whatever you decide it to be when I've taught you the formula. So that means in the last 30 days, if I had not factored in the additional COGS, I would have lost out on £843 in my profit. And if I multiply that out by 12 for the year, obviously this is an average, I would have lost £10,000 in profit. That's not revenue or turnover, that is additional profit lost. So it's really important that you work out your COGS. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I went into Seller Central and I took the last random 25 boxes that I sent in. Okay, some of them had loads of small items in and had maybe 60 or 70 items. Some of them had quite a few bigger things in, and then you had 5 or 6 items. But I took the total number of products I've sent in across the 25 boxes and divided it by 25, which gave me 22. So as you can see here, I sent in 22 items on average in each box. Now I pay, this is how we're going to work our COGS out. The first thing to say is if you use a prep centre, the prep centre will just give you a cost, 80p, 50p, 70p, whatever it might be. That is all of these things factored in and rounded up together. You don't have to add boxes or tape or anything like that, or labels. That's all done. Great. But if you prep at home, you need to very much factor these in. So I get my boxes for £1.80 per box. You might be able to get them for free, or you might find somewhere that charges you less. Whatever you pay for your boxes, this is where you get this number from. So £1.80 divided by the average number of items in each box gives me 8p. So 8p for every item has to be added to cover the cost of the physical cardboard box. Now, obviously, if I send 70 items in a box, that box I'm going to make some money on my COGS. But if I can only send 2 items in because they're oversized, I'm going to lose money. So over the course of days, weeks and months, and even a year, this will all average itself out so that it's all fair across the board. I also factor in my brown tape. Now I think we get about 8 boxes done per roll of brown tape, and I buy my brown tape in rolls of 72. So I worked out how much do I pay for each roll of tape, how many boxes do I use, how many items in a box, and I came out with a penny. So just for easy sake, you can put in a penny, maybe 1.2p, 0.9p, something around the penny mark will serve you very well. Then you look at polybags. Now I have to admit that we are massive over preppers. I polybag far more than Amazon tells me I need to, because I like my products to arrive with the customer in as close as mint condition as possible. Dented boxes, you know, if you've got some shampoo and it ends up getting crushed, if it's in a polybag, you're just going to damage that item and not everything else in your box. So I'm an over prepper, but I kind of work out I prep about 70% of my items, and I pay on average 5p per polybag. So that's where I put my 5. That's where I got my 5p from. Again, and if you put anywhere between maybe 3 and 4p, if you prep a little bit less than me, 6 or 7p if you prep everything. It depends on what you sell, but 5p is a pretty good marker for an item. You've got your clear tape, you've got your labels, you've got your ink. Okay, so all of this is my cost to get the item prepped and into Amazon. But the most important thing to factor in, especially if you prep yourself, is your labor. So you may just be watching YouTube or put a film on or listen to an audiobook or the radio, whatever. It still is your time. You are still sitting there or standing there, whichever, preparing your box. So you have to factor in your time. And we charge this out at 25p. If you think your time is really valuable, charge yourself out at 50p. If you're the fastest prepper in the world, charge yourself out at 10p. It doesn't matter, but just make sure you factor in your time. Okay, so we're 25p per item. So my COGS are currently 42p. Now I did decide a little while ago that I wanted to somehow recoup the cost of all of the items where Amazon just don't refund you. So distributor damage, if a customer returns something you can't sell again, you know, all the times when Amazon say, no, sorry, I'm not going to reimburse you for this. So I just plucked a figure out the air relatively, and I just chucked 10p on every item. I don't get many returns, touch wood. But you know, you get sort of swathes of quite a few, they're not so many. So I just put 10 pence on every item that I sell, regardless of how much it costs me and how much I sell it for, just to cover those odd anomalies where I'm out of pocket. So I put 10p. You might decide actually you don't need to worry about that, or you get almost no returns, or if you sell a lot of groceries, you might make that number higher, because groceries are the customer doesn't have to return them, because obviously they're eaten or have expiry dates. And also expiry dates are something that Amazon don't refund you for either, so if your products don't get sold in time. So depending on what your business model is, depends on what number you want to put in there. So I've just put 10p because it's nice and round, and I will reevaluate that in a few months' time. So the long and short of it is, every single item I buy to send into Amazon, I add 52p onto the price I paid with the website or the shop if I've gone out and done some RA, 52p. So if I've bought an item for £2, I still add 52p. If I've bought an item for £102, I still add 52p. It's exactly the same. It doesn't matter how much the product cost you and how much you're selling it for, big ticket, little ticket. Well, I'm going to show you that now, show you what happens to an item where you haven't factored in your COGS properly. So some time ago, I had a test of a pair of welly boots. I have no idea why I only bought one, but obviously it didn't work and I didn't like it. But that item cost me £7. Okay, if I have no COGS in there, no additional COGS in there other than my £7, and I sold it for £14.18, my profit would have been £2.63, and my ROI would have been 33.71%, which for some people, because on average they take 30% or £2 profit, great, tick the box, thank you. What happens if I factor in my 52p of my COGS, which then makes my profit, my unit price, £7.52. If I still sell it for the same £14.18, my profit has gone down quite significantly to £1.93, and my ROI has dropped to just under 26%. So if you're quite strict with your sourcing and you want 30%, this item is no longer going to tick the boxes and should not be in your inventory. So let me give you another example. If you take this item here, and we'll put it into here. This is Seller Toolkit, by the way. It does everything for you. I love Seller Toolkit. So this item is some dog treats, okay? So let's say I had 0 additional COGS, 0 other COGS. So they cost £3.20, £1.60 each because they're a 2-pack. And it's saying that I'm selling it for £8.96. Great, lovely. My profit is £1.22 and my ROI is 45%. So this is one of those items where they're really small, really easy to get hold of, really easy to pack, bish, bash, bosh. I'll take your £1.22, no effort to get that into Amazon. What interested me here was the ROI. I thought 45% ROI was really lovely and it was above £1, so great, thank you. If I now factor in my 52p in COGS and keep my sale prices the same, I'm only going to make 79p on this item, which is a massive difference. It's gone from well over £1, £1.22 I think, down to 79p. It's lost an absolute ton of its value. And the same with the ROI. So before at £1.22, I was quite happy with the 45% ROI. Now my ROI is down to 25% and my profit is only 79p. So this item for me is no longer one of those, I'm just going to stick it in the box and see how many I can sell in my inventory. I would not resource this product. So don't forget to add your COGS. That's the long and short of the situation. And if you're a bigger seller than me, there are people out there who sell significantly more than I do. I'm probably a middle range seller. I would have lost £10,000 in the last year. So imagine what you'd be losing. Whatever that figure is, it's too high, and you need to make sure you factor in your COGS and know how to calculate your ROI and your profit correctly when sourcing. So I hope this video has been of interest. I hope you've learned a little bit about your COGS and how to figure them out. You're welcome to come and find more information like this over on the Amazon Sellers Knowledge Bank, or you're welcome to message me privately. And I hope you can get something out of it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.